In today's episode, we're going to be reacting to some of the creepiest and craziest videos I've seen online. Let's get into it.
The following video is from a witness who was home alone. They started hearing what sounded like footsteps walking through their attic. But again, they're home alone. Nobody should be up there. So they decided to investigate. And what they captured on film truly terrified them. Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
It looks like it's kind of furnished, so I'm wondering if someone's just staying up there and this was a hoax. But nonetheless, hearing those sounds, if it was not, would be very creepy, and I would have to investigate to see if Hobo Pete's up in my attic.
This person made a video saying that they remember Thanksgiving always being on the third Thursday in November. And I feel so validated because the other day I was thinking about like, oh, what am I doing for Thanksgiving? Blah, blah, blah. Thinking of like Thanksgiving plans. And I was like, what is happening? Why is Thanksgiving in the last week? It's always the third Thursday of the month. It always is. Because for some reason, I thought it was weird that it wasn't the last Thursday in the month. I always thought like, oh, why did they make it the third Thursday? Why wouldn't they just make it like the last Thursday? I don't know. But it's the last Thursday now. Is this just like a thing that's happening this year because of some weird planetary time changes? I'm making this all up. Or is this like a weird Mandela effect? Like, do you remember that Thanksgiving was always on the third Thursday in November? Or do you remember it being the fourth Thursday of November? Because I remember the third Thursday.
Now, this is a little odd because I was having a conversation with my coworker the other day, and we were like, well, it seems like Thanksgiving is on the last Thursday of this month. And we both were like, normally it falls on the third Thursday. And looking back through my calendar, it has not fallen on the third Thursday in a long time. So I don't know where I came up with the idea or I thought that it was always on the third Thursday, but apparently everyone around me and in my life also thought it was. But looking at old photos and everything, it's been consistently almost on the last Thursday of November. So I'm really confused about this one. This one truly is a hard Mandela effect. For the people that celebrate Thanksgiving, was it the third Thursday or has it always been the last Thursday? Let me know, please.
It was BC, and they wanted him to remote view Mars. And he had remote viewed some type of a pyramid that are you familiar with this?
Mm-mm.
Well, he had remote viewed Mars. I'm just going to throw an arbitrary number out. Let's say 10,000 BC. It's probably not 10,000 BC, but I'm just throwing a number out. And he had remote viewed Mars, and his experience basically, if I remember correctly, there was pyramids, and it looked like people were evading something, and they were using that as some type of a protective shelter. Have you remote viewed anything in space?
Yes, but I didn't trust but I don't trust the information because I was remote viewing Mars, but I didn't trust the information or the feedback because I don't think it was known at the time.
What was the feedback?
I can't even remember, but it didn't make sense.
Okay.
Fort Meade, there was one guy there. He wanted everybody to remote view Mars, but the protocol, it wasn't good. It wasn't a clean protocol. And I just didn't trust and I don't even remember because I don't trust the session and I don't trust the information.
Honestly, out of all of the remote viewers or people that they have on this show, she seems to be the most genuine. Let me know in the comments of what you think.
Does anyone else get a weird vibe from this whole alien Congress hearing thing? I mean, something definitely feels different this time. Either we're about to meet an eons old underwater alien civilization, or we're about to witness the biggest cover-up in United States history. Either way, I still gotta pay my rent at the end of the month, so what do I care?
I will have to say, something does feel very odd about these whole Congress hearings about aliens and all this. It definitely feels like a distraction of some sort from what I do not know, and I don't think it's anything that they've been showing on media. I think that it's something that has not been shown on the media yet, and they're doing a very good job at keeping people distracted. Hey, if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying the show, go ahead and give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. For everyone that's watching and or subscribed, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being subscribed. Also, I would like to give a special shout out to all of my active members I currently have on my channel. So to everyone that you see on the screen right now, thank you so much for being an active member. And for anyone that's interested into further supporting the channel, I do have my memberships turned on. It is 99 cents a month, and with that it includes emojis of my face that you can use in the comments of my videos and when I live stream. Also, when I upload a video, it normally comes out at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but as a member, when I upload the video, it no longer goes through that scheduled process. You just immediately get to watch it as soon as it gets uploaded. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, I cannot thank you enough for supporting the channel in that way. So thank you so much.
Maybe we should pay attention when our memories try to tell us something. In 1980, Jenny Cockle began to investigate the strange memories that had haunted her since childhood. From the age of 4, she recalled fragments of a life that didn't belong to her, a woman named Mary. In these memories, she felt certain that Mary was her true name. Along with this came fragmented images of a small town she'd never visited. She remembered having children she felt she had left behind. As a child, Jenny would draw maps of a village she imagined, with winding streets and familiar landmarks. When she began researching, she was stunned to find that the town in her drawings matched Malahide, Ireland, a place she'd never been. There, she discovered Mary Sutton, a woman who died in 1932, leaving behind several small children. Determined to learn the truth, Jenny traveled to Ireland. She found Mary's children, now elderly, and shared her vivid memories. To her astonishment, every detail was accurate. Mary's children were convinced Jenny was their mother reincarnated, returning decades later to reconnect with the family she had lost. Jenny's story is one of the most compelling cases of reincarnation ever documented, a haunting reminder that some memories refuse to fade.
Man, when it comes to stories like this, I always find it extremely fascinating because how can you get such precise information and details about things that you really shouldn't even know of as a child? They almost seem very genuine, especially when it's coming from kids because there's no reason for them to be making this stuff up.
Buckle up because shit is about to get weird. I'm here to tell you, and yes, I'm not crazy, that the human race is about to figure out that we all have any superpower we want to have. Because this physical reality that we've been spoon-fed our whole lives doesn't actually exist. Literally, we are the little kid in the Matrix who's sitting there bending the spoon. We just have not completely figured out as a race yet that we can bend that goddamn spoon. But the information is getting more and more predominant and we are figuring it out. And in my opinion, this is why there's so many distractions right now, so much fear distraction. Because it's one thing if a few of us figure it out, but it's a whole other thing if the entire collective figures this out. Because this will bust the whole system up from the inside out. So let's just all do an experiment together. Let's take something we've always accepted as fact, like something we think we can't change. Start with something simple and easy so you don't break your brain. Now focus on the universe showing you how that's not true in the next week. Let me know what happens.
Well, I'll be interested to know if anyone takes her up on her challenge. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what you're thinking about and come back a week later and let's follow up with it. Overall, being extremely healthy, I think, was a good superpower. And it seems like nowadays we no longer have those superpowers that we did have back in the day because we've been so poisoned with what's been provided throughout our history. Different foods, chemicals, a lot has changed to suppress us in a way. mentally, physically, spiritually, if you will. So do we have superpowers? I guess in a way, but I don't think that they're like X-Men style of superpowers. But I do think that we are missing something that we had way back in the past.
The flat earthers and the round earthers.
Yeah.
Check it out. What's that? Flat?
It's a coin.
And it's what? Flat, right?
Yes. It's also round.
But now it's a globe. It's round. And yet it is also flat.
So if you
spins fast enough.
So the so the Earth is flat, but it's just spinning
So fast that it seems to be round.
That's actually quite funny and something that I wish I would have thought of. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but the theory behind it's actually quite funny. And in a way, if you think about it, if we do live on a flat Earth and it's spinning really fast, maybe that's creating our 3 dimensions. Interesting theory, but I still believe in the globe Earth.
What do you believe happens when we die?
I mean, I like to think that we go on in some way. I do believe that there was a man named Jesus that walked the earth. But you know, there were other people too that were here to teach lessons. And I believe that you go on and that you're reunited with your soul family or with your karma group. The way I understand it is that we come into this life with our karma group. Now karma, we have karma, good karma and bad karma. So the same people that I was with, I just think that we somehow we come back and we come back with the same people.
Really?
I believe in yeah, I do.
What is a karma?
Well, it's the same. Like in other words, the people you know now, you knew before in a past life. Did you ever go somewhere and just felt like you knew somebody or that you've been there before?
Yes.
Yeah, I've known you. Yeah,
I really like the idea of having a karma group of people that you kind of continuously go through with life over and over again if you believe in reincarnation. Now, I'm not saying I necessarily believe in reincarnation, but I like this theory. It's really hard to explain unless you've been in that situation, but you could meet one of these people day one, never knowing them, and feel like you've always known them in a way. And you just both click very well. I like that being a karma group. Let me know how you guys feel about this.
There is a cave. The cave has been sealed for 175,000 years, opened recently. And if you go 300 meters into this cave, you can see evidence it's a Neanderthal home or maybe temple, or it's something, because they arranged these rocks in a very specific way. They also have evidence of burning and fire, and because it was 300 meters into the cave, there was no natural sunlight, so they were living with artificial light in this cave. And when you look, I'm going to put here some of the images of this cave. My most immediate thought was, oh my god, that looks like the layout of Göbekli Tepe. 175,000 years before, Neanderthals were doing a very similar arrangement of stone. Like, do they have any connection? I don't know, but they sure look really similar.
If there's a civilization,
a researcher who interviewed these Canadian divers. What happened, there was a major UFO event in Canada, a place called Shag Harbor, Nova Scotia, in, I think the late 60s. But before that, there was another encounter where UFOs were seen to go into they captured video. They don't know where the tapes are.
So they claim to have footage of these possibly extraterrestrials repairing their UFO underwater from the 60s? I would love to see that footage. I guarantee you it probably looks just as good, if not better, than what we currently get today.
So this guy saw and took a picture of a demon coming out of his TV. What the fuck? Yeah, so like the laser thing. Like the ring. Yeah, like the ring. So this guy, he just moved into a home in Indiana, right? And they bought it because it was so cheap and they didn't understand why. But obviously it's like, if something's cheap and people don't know the reasons, it's either a haunting or like, it's like, I mean, yeah, edit that out. But so this guy the night that he like shook the real estate guy's hands, they went to sleep, right? And they noticed in the interview, they said there was a energy around the house that felt really off, right? So in the middle of the night, bro woke up, ran to the lights, and like had his back against the wall because he was so scared.
Yeah.
And once he turned on the lights, he also turned on the TV. And when his back was against the wall, he saw a mist coming out of the TV, like literally the movie that you said. And it was like
The Ring, like the
yeah,
Ring.
the Ring. And it was like a ghost coming out. And I'll show you. And he started taking pictures with his.
Yeah.
He was scared.
What the hell?
And then if you go closer,
It's just a still frame though.
yeah, it's
not like a
frame.
video or anything.
No, it's not a still frame. But he saw a mist coming out, and that's what they were saying. And they took the paranormal people in.
Yeah.
And they literally had the things we had, the spirit boxes.
Yeah.
They're telling, oh yeah, I'm the devil. I'm the devil. And it kept repeating on the spirit box.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And they left, after they left, the paranormal guys, they left one last message to the guy. He said, you have to leave my house. That guy, like I said, he said, nah, fuck that. I stayed. And that was the last time he was on the news.
Okay, y'all, I don't know what's going on here, but it is red outside. It's red. Look at this. Why is it red outside? Why is it red? What is going on here? Is it the apocalypse? Oh my god. It's like 5 o'clock p.m. like November the 19th. And it is red outside. That is freaky. It is so freaky. Oh my god. Look. What the heck is happening here? Why is it red? There's no sun. It's overcast.
Now, I do not live in Florida, so I did not get to witness it like this, but the day as this video was being recorded, in South Carolina, the skies were extremely pink at night, or midday near 5, 6 o'clock. A really nice looking pink, but it was not that deep of red or that deep of pink, because that's a really saturated color.
Y'all, look at the sky in Antarctica. And this gets so much freaking crazier because it seems that chickens are being affected. Yeah, chickens. I'll get to it in a second. Antarctica is a really weird place considering you cannot go there. I'm not even kidding. A tour will let you see a very small bit of it, and that's all. And of course, who could forget the anomaly that was coming from that little island down there? And all the ridiculous waves outside of Antarctica. But let's be real. This is everywhere. The crazy part, people are reporting that the chickens have stopped laying eggs in West Palm, Florida. As the sky has currently been looking like this right here. What is that? It's 100-mile radius, and here in South Carolina, we have not seen the sun in weeks. Maybe 2 times the last whole month. Had to blank that out for you, but people are feeling it too. Let me know down in the comments. Is this right here your current situation as well? Sure do miss these days.
I live in South Carolina, and I can definitely say that we've had some really nice sunny days within the past week to 2 weeks. It's not been just all clouds. Now, the past couple of days, it has been a little cloudy, but overall, it's actually been quite nice. And can anyone confirm in Florida if chickens really have stopped laying eggs for the last 2 months? That's pretty dramatic. Definitely the first time hearing about that.
UFOs, UAPs, it's everything everybody is talking about right now. Well, take a look at this footage. The reason why I find this one truly exciting and just different is it's not one where a witness captures a UFO high in the sky. This thing is low, like above the house is low, and you can actually see the shape of the saucer. But also take a look at something that's really interesting in this video. The blinking red light, I actually believe that is a helicopter, potentially a military helicopter, following this UFO. And as we all know, our military and our government are now responding to these UFOs, UAPs, or drones, as they call them. Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
Man, I would actually really like to know what those lights were. If that was some kind of extraterrestrial ship, it is fairly low. But being that there's another trailing lights behind it and only one set of them, kind of makes me think that it might not be military tailing it, because there would probably be more than just one. But I don't know, so let me know what you guys think about this.
Aliens are trying to reach you. Here's the best way that you can answer their call. Start trying to initiate contact with them at the same time every single day. Make it a routine, 7 a.m. every single day. This works because aliens are living their own galactic lives. They cannot just come to your call at any random time. If you establish a routine with them, they will know when to expect the call and they will be waiting. Follow for more tips on connecting with aliens.
If aliens are trying to reach me, why do I have to schedule a day-by-day time frame to reach back to them when they're so busy that they can't reach me when I try to reach them? I don't know how I feel about this one.
This crypto story is crazy. This 13-year-old kid rugged a coin live on stream. I'm about to show you the video, but they have now doxed this kid's family. They found his school, they found his mom's social media, and they even ran up the coin that he made all the way to $50 million market cap, so that his original bags are now worth millions if he didn't sold. Check out the video.
What? So wait, I'm so confused.
What? Oh, it was nuked. Why is it nuked?
Nowhere. Oh, holy fuck! Holy fuck!
You booklet.
Holy fuck! Thanks for the 20 bandos. Oh,
Yeah, he did.
oh, yo, 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 what the fuck?
This is becoming the biggest meme in crypto. His coin was called Quant.
Let me know what you guys think about this. This to me is just really crazy. I mean, I understand everyone's got their hustle out there, but that's just wild.
Cable companies and Donald Trump's new FCC chairman agree, data caps are good for you. And yes, I read that headline correctly. The chairman of the FCC believes that data caps are good for consumers, and more specifically, that they reflect a highly competitive environment where you can choose a plan that fits your needs of how much internet you're going to use. And in case you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about and you've had the luxury of not having to deal with this, a data cap is a limit on how much information you can use. Now, most of us are familiar with data caps on our cellular devices because you can only use so many gigabytes per month at your mobile carrier, but you may not know that data caps are often rolled out to residential customers. Here's one for AT&T Uverse. You can see you have a maximum amount of data that you can use for a month, and after that you either get billed more, you get knocked down to a slower speed, or some ISPs just turn it off, and some of them break it down to where you can use certain things like social media. Check it out. You get 90 megabytes of social media, scrolling only, no interactions as part of your plan. You want interactions? You want more TikTok time? You got to pay more money for that. Yeah, it's a nightmare. This is the new commissioner, Brennan Carr. He's very anti-net neutrality. He's very pro-cable industry. And the cable industry wrote this opinion, which he pretty much universally agrees with, saying that usage-based pricing, data caps, expands options for customers and promotes competition and network investment. They also claim that the offering of plans with data caps reflects the highly competitive environment as providers seek to distinguish their offers from their competitors. And instead, data caps enable them to innovate plans at lower monthly rates. It's terrible. And really, the rest of the article goes on and on to talk about justifications and how data caps don't actually decongest anything, or how the cable companies don't have to really spend any more money to give you more data. I think most of you get the point here, that data caps are going to be back in the very near future.
There's no shot. I'm just going to have to start reading books for entertainment, because I'll use that up instantly. Me uploading this video is going to take up that much data. So that's just a sad future for me, because I'm just not going to be able to create content if that happens. I am almost 100% sure anyone that's within a young enough age that really loves using the internet a lot, this right here probably intimidates them and or highly upsets them.
All of the green is 1,400,000 beetle wings.
And if you look closely, the beetle wings also cover this chandelier. This is in the Royal Palace of Brussels. It was created by Jan Fabois. It took over 3 months to make and 3 assistants to assemble. And the artist has explained that though jewel beetle wings sound fragile, there is something called chitin in the beetle shells, which makes this one of the strongest and lightest materials on Earth. People also asked the artist where they found so many beetle wings. Jan found that this beetle was extremely abundant in Thailand and even prepared as food, and the wings are actually discarded as they're making the food. They don't use them, so he actually made sure they didn't go to waste.
Hey, at least they didn't let the wings go to waste out of something that would have gone to waste. And really, a comment on this video sums it up quite well. It's gorgeous carnage, something I would have never expected to see.
Here's one way technology creeps me out. I haven't used this in several months. I bought it several years ago on eBay. I pulled it out a few minutes to cut a couple of foam bits. I was recording here and there. The wire, however, had come loose, so I took it apart and I tightened it up, good as new again. Not 10 minutes after using this, Amazon gives me an advertisement. That's a foam cutter.
I kid you not, this is the strangest thing, and this is how I know that technology can definitely read your mind, because the past few days I've been thinking about getting a new office chair. This one's getting really creakly and wobbly, and I would also like one that can recline, because when I edit videos, it would just be really comfortable to be able to recline and to extend my feet out while I'm editing. I use what's called a speed editor for editing videos, and it would just be really nice to sit on my lap and just comfortably edit. I have not looked up those chairs. I have not looked up a chair. I have not looked up office chairs. I've just been thinking it for the past couple of days. I can't really recall talking it out loud, but I've definitely been thinking it. As I'm scrolling through TikTok finding videos to react to, what do I get advertised? Office chairs that recline. And it's just like, I never once have been advertised that. But since I've been thinking it the past couple of days, I'm just all of a sudden getting advertised it, and now it's like almost every other swipe I'm getting advertised office chairs. Let me know if any of you have ever experienced something like that as well, because I've had a lot of friends that's experienced this. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's episode. As always, if you enjoyed any of the clips that we watched today, links are in the description to each one, and with that being said, have a good day.